There is a quote by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe that says, "A useless life is an early death." Luckily for my gram, this didn't apply. As a little girl, I was able to see my grandmother as a daughter. She lovingly took care of her own mother until she passed at 105. In my grandmother's 96 years, she has been given us all so much love and happiness. Her long life was filled with purpose and joy. Most of that joy was from her kids, grandkids, great grandkids, and great great grandkids. There are many memories that have lived on and will always come up at family gatherings. Some of my favorite memories as a child are from Christmas with the whole family. Her house was packed to the brim with people. This meant for some creating creative sleeping arrangements. In the front room with the two twin beds, kids would line up along the floor and a couple lucky ones actually in beds. We would try and fall asleep but usually end up giggling at jokes or whoever was passing gas all night. The older cousins, however, would retreat to the basement as they waited for Santa. In the morning, we would wait on the stairs for the grown-ups to get ready, which meant they were getting coffee and taking turns in the bathroom and getting the cameras ready. Gram would sit in the middle of all of it, thrilled to have her family all under one roof, and when it was over and everyone left, she would cry. Every goodbye was said with a tear. It didn't take much to make my Gram cry. She was known for crying even at the littlest things. We would take pride in her tearing up at a gift we gave her, a card or a picture she received. Summers at my grandma's house were also some of my favorite memories. Relatives would take turns coming down to visit, and we would all gather at her house and play in the yard, burning our legs in the giant metal slides and throwing each other off the seesaw. We would play baseball games in the lawn. Gram would bring over her lawn chair and cheer us on as we took bat. We would have campfires, and some kids were lucky enough to sleep in the patio. I remember being a little sad when Grandma sold the land where we played baseball. Little did we know that the family moving in would soon be such a sweet addition to our family. In the later years, when Gram put a pool in, we would swim together. One of Grandma's favorite things was to swim. I think when I picture her, I will see her with her noodle baseball cap floating around the pool. She never minded the kids doing cannonballs, having races, or diving for toys right next to her. If she did, she didn't show it. She floated around happily, adding to her summer swim count. Gram came from a time when you didn't waste food ever. A finished plate was a clean plate, and there was no exception. We would long be playing, and Gram would still be eating at the table, slowly eating every bite. This translated also into storing and saving food, just in case. You would often find half-used single packs of jelly or butter pats on the door of the fridge, and everyone knew when visiting to check the expiration date. Those didn't mean much to Gram. It was just a suggestion. Another memory that will stay with me of my Gram is her belly up to the kitchen table with cards or dice or a tray of Scrabble tiles in front of her. Just about every get-together included a game of some sort. She was always so patient as the little kids joined the game, taking 5 minutes to place a 3-letter word. Gram would gently encourage them, but don't get me wrong, she would almost always win. And we know why she would win. She was cheating. She knew every obscure 2-letter word for Scrabble and would confidently place the tiles down, but when asked what the word meant or to use it in a sentence, she couldn't. Just this last Monday, in one of her final moments of sharing and talking with us as we gathered around, is one I will never forget. She thanked each of her children who have taken such wonderful care of her over these last few years. My Uncle Gary and Aunt Kelly would make long trips to see my Gram, and they would have long honey-do lists waiting for them. My Aunt Nancy and Uncle Rob would drive back and forth from Syracuse often to help with other chores around the house and pool and play rounds of golf or Farkle. My Aunt Patty has sacrificed without ever saying a word, moving up to live with Gram to take care of her full time. She cooked and cleaned and listened through the nights as if she needed anything. My mom and Rich were there for so many doctor visits, laundry, shopping, and other chores that she needed to get done. And her adopted stepchildren that lived next door, Kara and Joe, were such a huge help with just about anything on the fly to help weekly mowing and pool maintenance. I could go on and on. In those moments, she also stated how much she loved all the little children. She has loved meeting all of them and wanted us to share stories about her to the ones she has yet to meet. In those moments, she was thinking of her family, and when it got real quiet, as we wiped our tears listening to her every word, she abruptly told us not to mark down the time she was still here. She knew we needed to laugh. I think one more thing we can do to honor my grandma is to keep our family close. Nothing has made her more happy than to watch her kids and grandkids and great greats all playing and having fun together. Family was everything to her. She has left a group of people that not only love each other, but like each other. She would have loved today, looking out at all the people who she loved most, and I truly believe that she will be with us each time we get together. She will be with us when we roll the dice, shuffle the cards, or jump in the pool. She will smile down at us each time we argue over who's Graham's favorite. Spoiler alert, it's me. She will be happy and content knowing that she was the glue that bonds us all. She was the root of this giant family tree filled with all kinds of characters, some by blood and some we added by marriage or being neighbors, and they are all loved by her right up until her last day. In closing, I found this poem that spoke to me as we say goodbye. Remember me with smiles, not tears, for all the joy through the years. Recall the closeness that was ours, as love as sweet as fragrant flowers. Don't dwell on thoughts that cause you pain. We'll see each other once again. I am at peace, try to believe. It was my time, I had to leave. But what of you I have from here to see your face, I feel you near. I follow you throughout the day. You're not alone along the way. And when God calls you, you will be right by my side, right here with me. Till then, I'll wait at heaven's door. We will be united evermore.